everybody, and welcome to That's My Opinion. I'm Molly Jordan, and let's get to it. Alright, first off, I want to thank all of my fans who gave me all the wonderful compliments and sent me so much love, told me how much y'all missed me. Wait, what? No comments? At all? Didn't you all miss me? I apologize for my busy month of March. I had a huge editing project on my plate, not to mention 100 life excuses getting in the way. But I'm back now, and I'm ready to begin April. Let's see, I saw Oz. Unfortunately, I saw it really late. I fell asleep. I need to see it again before I can give you a real opinion about it. It was visually fantastic, though. Better than Hugo, in my opinion. As far as the 3D is concerned, it was just amazing. Saw Dead Man Down. Can't find anything to really say about it. Good or bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great movie, but it was a movie that kept my interest. No more than a Law and Order episode, however. Saw Burt Wonderstone. I laughed a lot. I loved it. I saw The Croods. I wasn't as impressed as most people I've talked with. It wasn't a bad movie. I just thought it was a bit of a sleeper. I like Ice Age better, maybe. The others I saw, I really had something to say about it, so here it goes. Well, that's what you get when the whole second half of your movie decides to just not work. The two movies I'm doing are thrillers. Let's see, the first movie is The Call. The Call is a thriller starring Halle Berry and Abigail Breslin, who you all know as Little Miss Sunshine. Halle plays a 911 operator who takes a bad call that ends up accidentally tipping off the murderer of a little girl. In the trauma that she can't quite recover from, she begins training new 911 operators only to accidentally fall in line with taking a call very similar, and turns out it's the same killer. Bound and determined to stop said killer, we end up with a high-intense detective-like thrill movie that has to remind you to breathe all the way through. I loved it. I was involved. Like I mentioned, I couldn't breathe. I was so hooked on how it was going to end that I was on the edge of my seat. I admit to not wanting to actually see this movie at first. I don't particularly enjoy Halle Berry, and I saw the trailer enough times that I felt that there was no real need to see it. But as nights and movie times allowed, we ended up seeing it anyway, and I don't regret a penny. The Good. The director, Brad Anderson, did an excellent job of keeping you guessing. I appreciated that. We don't get to see it much these days. I still have yet to forgive M. Night Shyamalan for showing us the alien. I like suspense. It makes for a great movie. There's a scene in this movie where we see a room 3 times. 3 times we see the horror and shock on people's faces. We see the reaction, but the director held on as long as he could to let us see what was behind the magic curtain. I appreciated that about this movie. The bad. I'm going to say that the bad was the overplayed trailer. I saw so many Halle Berry freaking out moments before every movie I went and saw that I was not ready to sign up for an hour and a half of more of her annoying trailer. But I'm still stating that I'm so happy that I saw it. And with an audience. We all screamed together, we all, oh hell no, together, and we all laughed as she ran up the stairs instead of out the front door like every horror movie does. Ugly. My only problem with this movie was the unbelievable ending. It was a twist, so I won't give anything away, but when you spend the whole movie going through this situation with these girls and breathing their tension and their adrenaline, it made the decision at the end just unrelatable. Like, would I do that if I were her? I don't think I would, no. It made the movie fall short. I felt cheapened. The next movie I saw in the same category was Olympus Has Fallen, starring Gerard Butler and Aaron Eckhart. When the White House is taken over by a terrorist mastermind Korean, and the president is kidnapped, only the former presidential guard Mike Banning, played by Gerard, is the only one left to save the day. As our national security team scrambles to respond to this attack, they are only left to Mike and his inside knowledge to save the president and save the day from a bigger disaster. Another thriller movie. More drama, more tension, more adrenaline. Not quite at the edge of my seat this time, but certainly got involved enough with what was going on to forget to breathe a few times. I really enjoyed it. The Good. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman playing as the acting president. He's always good at what he does, but I appreciated his back and forth with everyone better than any other dialogue in this movie. He plays it realistically as well. What would I do if I were in his position? Yeah, that. it was smooth. He kept the movie at its pace better than G.I. Joe Butler did.
40 commandos breached the gate, 28 are left. Can we trust him? With all due respect, I'm the best hope you've got.
The bad. The death factor. I'm not going to give anything away when I say this, but everybody dies. In the first 7 minutes of the attack, the death toll on the attack is just insane. I mean, why would you keep running outside if everyone in front of you keeps dying? It was just crazy. But of course, everyone dies but G.I. Gerard. He, of course, makes it so that he doesn't have to count on anyone else as an acting partner. Don't get me wrong, I love him muchly. I just felt the story could have had a few people not get blown to bits. The ugly. The ugly, I felt, was the plot to take over America. The movie uses Koreans, who, you know things aren't good with us and them right now, and then shows them exactly how to take us down. I mean, I know it's a movie, it's unrealistic, I suppose, but I was feeling like it was a little too much information. I would like to think that the Nuke America idea wouldn't be plausible, but what if it is? Do we want to give the real mastermind any ideas? But that's just my opinion. On a closing note, I would like to say that I was saddened by the passing of Roger Ebert. Siskel and Ebert were always an inspiration to love the movies the way that I do. Their show was always so educated about the breakdown of the film, not just I liked it, but I liked it because of this detail and that director's guts and so on. I'm glad they're back together in the afterlife. See you next week when I'll be reviewing The Host. Will I finish the book before I get to see the movie? Only time will tell. Thanks.